Hi, I'm Bumpstar, and I've been having an absolute blast playing AllTheMons on a server with friends and our Discord, but I keep feeling like something was missing. We've been having adventures, catching Pokemon, exploring structures, and it's been awesome, but I haven't really had the chance to slow down and build properly, and show how all these mods work together. So today, I'm starting something new. This is a full solo AllTheMons playthrough, and the goal is simple. We're crafting the AllTheMons Star. But we're not just speedrunning it. I want to use Cobblemon as much as possible, especially with Cobbleworkers in the pack, to see how far we can push Pokemon-based automation. If we can automate it with Pokemon, we're going to try. This series is going to be structured. Each episode will have clear goals, real progression, and we're building this world with the ATM Star in mind from day one. So let's pick our starter, find a place to build, and officially begin our solo journey to the ATM Star. With that, welcome to AllTheMons. Our spawn here is kind of interesting. We're right in the middle of an island surrounded by land, and we actually have a few structures. And this is definitely a structure I haven't seen before. Not only that, we do have this little house over here as well. So let's go check those out. And ooh, it looks like we have a Pokeball over here. Which, yeah, this is a loot ball, which is essentially just a random chest. And if you right click on it, you get something random from it. You can also pick up the Pokeball as well to use it as decoration. Don't get confused though, this isn't a real Pokeball. You can't throw it and capture anything with it. But speaking of capturing, I think it's time to pick our starter. If you push M as the default keybind, it gives you a list of starters. And it is every single starter available from Pokemon. On our server, I picked Scorbunny as my starter because, well, that's my kid's favorite Pokemon, so why not, right? But this time around, I'm a huge Pokemon fan, and I've played the game since I was a kid. I collect cards, I love the animes, and I don't know where I want to go. I almost always pick fire starters, and you know what? I'm gonna go with the tried and true Cyndaquil. So as you can see on the left-hand side of the screen, that is our team. And if we hit R, we summon our Pokemon. You can shift right-click, and you can hand them items. You can, I believe, hand them cosmetics or armor. Some Pokemon can go on your shoulders, and other Pokemon you can ride. Unfortunately, Cyndaquil's a little too big to go on our shoulder. So now that we picked our starter, let's go ahead and head over to this little hut. So cool, just walking through Minecraft and seeing all of these random Pokemon just hanging out. Ooh, and right here are some berries. You definitely want to collect these as you see them, because we'll need those later. Huh, and what is this? Oh, it's a Pokemon house, or hut, I guess. Got a ton of potions here. What else? We got some string, ooh, a netball, and we'll go ahead and grab this chainmail armor. And with that, we just unlocked world tiers. So if you hit Control T, you'll open up this, and we're going to go ahead and skip the intro. But this is our apotheosis, and as you do this, the mobs get harder and harder, and the loot drops start getting better and better. But now this is identified, and you can see we have armor, we have max health, and we have luck on this headpiece. But we did get 3 string, which means we only need 1 more and some leather to craft a backpack, which is something we are absolutely going to want to do because our inventory is going to fill up extremely quick. But I did notice while we were over here right next to our spawn, we have one of these big structures sitting here of a bunch of deep slate, some iron, some copper, some coal, and these I believe are added from Oratech. So let's utilize that, but to do that we need to make a pickaxe. Good old punching trees. Luckily AllTheMons is in this pack, so that makes it a little easier. But now that we have a tree, let's go ahead and make ourselves a crafting table, and we can make a crafting table on a stick, and then we can equip that into our crafting on a stick curio slot here, and we can set a keybind for that. I always set mine to one of my mouse buttons. And now that we have that, let's make some sticks, and let's make a wood pickaxe, and then let's gather some of these materials so we don't have to worry about it later. I'm gonna go ahead and grab a bunch of deep slate, just ulti-mine it so our pickaxe breaks. But now we can use that deep slate to make a stone pickaxe. And with that stone pickaxe, we're going to grab all the coal, definitely all of the iron, and all of the copper. And I think it might be time to get off this island. So let's go ahead and craft ourselves a boat. And we're gonna head right over here to see what the heck that is, because that's a really cool building. Oh, and while we're here, there looks to be a shipwreck there. So let's go check that shipwreck out really quick before we check this out, because man, that's crazy. I want to check the shipwreck out because I believe there are some pretty good things that we can find in here that we might need later on. Ooh, an ender pearl. Take that. Some carrots. Definitely take all the food we can get. A lucky stone pickaxe that gives us luck and mining speed. I will absolutely take that. Unfortunately, it does not look like there's anything else in here. So we'll have to find it somewhere else. But before it starts getting too dark, let's get over to this structure here. And right in front of us is a waystone. So we can either yoink that or just set this up so if we need to come back here, we can. This is so cool. Got little vending machines. Bunch of glass bottles in there. Little upstairs here. It's just a bunch of framed blocks. So nothing fancy here yet. Let's go all the way up. Are we? Yeah. Oh, gonna fall. Okay. Some chests. Of course, there's nothing in these chests. Huh. Interesting. As cool as this structure is, it doesn't... Oh. Who are you? Are you a trainer? Toshiba microwave. That is crazy. This has to be a gym. Because there's no loot in here whatsoever. But there is a Cobblemon trainer there, and I think he would probably decimate us, considering we only have a level 10 Cyndaquil. But we can go ahead and take this shovel. I have an iron shovel now, and we'll go ahead and take this create wrench as well. Who knows? Maybe we'll get into some create this pack. So, really cool structure, but doesn't really do anything for us yet. And now, unfortunately, it is nighttime, so we're going to have to figure something out, and that is a Gyarados. Ooh, let's kill one of these spiders. Perfect, we now have 5 strings, so we just need some leather. I just don't know where we're going to find the leather. I have to find some type of Pokemon that drops leather. Definitely not a pig. Oh, one of these, the Apothec powers, I believe. Let's go see if we can find any goodies. Yep, got some gems in here, and it looks like Looter has made item frames usable for multiple people now, which is pretty nice. So do not open this chest right away. You definitely want to break these bookshelves because we've got some TNT down there. Ooh, some gold. Ton of enchanting books. And unfortunately, we do not have the space for any of those. But we did find some roller skates, and I think that would be great to equip. That'll give us a little bit of speed for getting started. Roller skates have the unfortunate side effect, though, of feeling like you're walking on ice. You're gonna slide around quite a bit. Oh, and down here, it looks like we have a meteorite. We definitely don't need this right this second, but we will need this later on, so I'm going to go ahead and mark this on my map. So we don't even have an iron pickaxe yet to be able to mine that. But this is what you want to look for applied energistics. So many cool Pokemon everywhere. Oh, I bet you Tauros drops leather. You know what? Let's go ahead and have our first Pokemon battle. I want to see if this guy drops any leather. Cyndaquil. Ooh, they've cleaned up the health bars. That's kind of nice. I'm just sliding around. Go ahead and hit an ember. That did not do much damage. And if you're new to Pokemon and you're not sure type advantages and stuff, you can mouse over the enemy Pokemon's frame and it'll tell you what they're weak against. So Patrat is weak against fighting, and you can also see your own as well. Cyndaquil's weak against water, ground, and rock. Oh, Cyndaquil is a rather low, so I think we're just gonna run from this battle. And let's go ahead and just attack this guy. It doesn't look like it dropped anything. Or just something we already have, which isn't leather. So, I guess it's time to start looking for a village. Oh, we've got an R structure over here. Right in the middle of this cherry biome. Ooh, and we've come across some of these codex entries. These are really nice. They teach you the tier 1 glyphs without you having to do anything for it. So we're going to take those and just use them all. Man, look at that sunset. These shaders are so nice. And this really cool valley over here I found. I've been traveling for a minute now. You know, this is spawn, and I've ran all the way over here so far. And this little valley here is pretty nice. Would look really cool with a village in it. But I stopped here because we have 2 structures right here. We have another tower. And I might need to remove these rollerblades because these are getting a little rough. And we've got some gold, some iron ingots, and these feral claws. These will give us a little more damage. And once again, some more enchanting books that we can't really use. Go ahead and hold left shift on this, and we can open up in the second tab for abilities and figure this out. The feral claws are pretty simple. You just click and drag. Just a couple straight lines. And that now increases our attack speed for each consecutive attack. So we can just start swinging faster. Let's put those on. And, well, let's take those off. The rollerblades are nice in theory, but they get really annoying really quickly. And now we have to be careful because it is nighttime. So let's see what this other structure was. Bunch of cobweb. Ooh, some slime balls, some salmon, a bucket of tadpole, and what else do you have over here for me? Pretty much the same thing. Fortunately, it doesn't look like there's a bed, so we're gonna have to keep on adventuring. It does look like we have another structure right here, though. Just gotta dodge the skeletons. That is 100% a fossil site. Whenever you see random wood sticking out of the ground like this, that means it's going to be fossils. Ooh, a loot ball. I almost missed that one. Some Pokeballs, don't mind if I do. And what structure is this? It's been quite a while since I've played AllTheMons 10. So I'm not 100% sure if this is going to be a regular AllTheMons structure or if it's going to be a Cobblemon structure. Ton of chests in here. And once again, with absolutely nothing in here. Got a lot of create going on. Some furnaces. Let's go ahead and use these furnaces to craft down some of this iron and copper that we have. I can hear someone walking around. Oh, this is Chosen Architect's building. That's kind of cool. He does like his grate, doesn't he? Well, at least we've found where Chosen is. And now we need to keep looking for a village. And we haven't came across the village yet. I've traveled a bit further. But we have come across some Miltank. And I bet you Miltanks drop leather. So this one's only level 5. So let's take it down and see if we get some leather from it. Oh, we got some sinew and some raw beef, which leads me to believe they might drop leather. Let's take these out. Hey, and there we go. We got our leather. So we just need 3 more. And well, we only have 2 more Miltank here, but I'm sure we can find some. And luckily we did grab these potions so we can heal Cyndaquil up to keep battling these. But now that we have our 4 leather, we have 5 string, and we have some wood, we can make a backpack. And we're going to use sophisticated storage for that. That is just going to be 4 leather, a chest, and 4 string to make a backpack here. And this is called JEI. If you don't know already, you can search anything in the pack here that you want, So if you want to look up sophisticated storage, you could type @ and then whatever mod you're looking for to look through this and find what you want. And then you can just click on the item you want and it's going to pull up this window, which is going to show you how to craft it. And if there's multiple ways to craft it, it'll all show up here. So for example, you can use create to craft this as well and automate it. And bam, we now have a backpack. So if we right click on it, we now have an extra inventory. And then with that inventory, what we're going to do right away is we're going to upgrade that to copper, because we have some copper that we smelted down. And that's going to give us double the amount, or close to double the amount of the original backpack. Also, we have iron, and since we did copper, this is a little cheaper. You just use 4 iron to upgrade that to an iron backpack. But we can go one further because we got gold. So we just surround that with some gold. And we now have a gold backpack with so much room. And we're just going to dump all of this in here. Well, everything except for our potatoes and our Pokeballs. And then we can take this backpack and put it on our back slot. And as you can see, I am now wearing a backpack. And then if you haven't set it up already, you can change your keybinds to set this to any keybind you want. I normally keep mine on B, but you will probably have to clear out some of the keybinds that already exist for B. But now that we have a backpack, I think it's time we try and find where we want to live. And I want to make sure it looks nice. And while exploring, I've passed a couple of these now, but I keep forgetting about them. This is called an apricorn tree. It is specific to Cobblemon. And if you right click on these apricorns here, you'll get the apricorn. But you also have a chance of getting the sprout, which allows you to, there we go. This allows you to plant your own tree. Or in this pack, you can also use it with things like botany pots to just farm apricorns of that color. There's a ton of different colors. Each color is used differently, make different Pokeballs, and you can also put these in a furnace to make some dye. So that makes it a little useful as well. Oh, a Yamper. All right, let's go ahead and try and catch this Yamper. We have 2 verdant balls that we will use. Let's see how it goes. We caught him. We've got a new friend for Cyndaquil. And you can change your Pokemon by using the up and down arrow. And you can see on the left hand side there, it'll highlight whichever one it's on. And there we go. We have our Yamper. And he's level 15 as well. So that means we can use him since that's at the level cap. Now, if we hit M again, which is what we use to select our starter, it brings up our party. And just like in a regular Pokemon, you have your natures and your abilities. So I have Blaze on my Cyndaquil, which powers up fire moves when the HP is low. So the lower HP, the more damage it's going to do. Yamper has a ball fetch. So if we're fighting a Pokemon and we try and catch it and we have Yamper out somewhere, Yamper will go and fetch that ball. Let's see if that works here. Nope. Must only be when we're battling. But look at his tail wagging. You can also come over here and look at all the moves, and you can move them up and down over here. And then if the Pokemon learn any new moves, you can hit this and you can swap these moves. But the plus side is you can swap it back. So you'll have a full list of moves as you level up that you can pick from and change anytime outside of battling. And then for those of you that have nerded out with Pokemon a bit and you know what IVs are or EVs, this is where you check it. So we have our stats here, up in special defense, low in defense. Our IVs, you know, higher attack but still pretty good special attack. Our EVs that you get by defeating different Pokemon, you'll start getting these. And your friendship, fullness, and Dynamax levels. And then this, I'm not really sure what it's used for, but it's here. And as you can see, Cyndaquil has fought 4 Miltank and defeated 4 Miltank, so it's at 4 defense. So it's just an extra 1% defense on our Cyndaquil. Let's go check out this building because this is really cool, and it's obviously a Cobblemon building. This has to be like a mythical structure or maybe a gym. What quest did we complete? Oh, it's the bee gym. What does that mean? Oh, there's an arena down there. This is so cool. Ooh, and we have a waystone. Go ahead and hit that. Wow, this is nice. I can hear some crate moving around down there. Massive B structure. Oh, we hit that and it opens the door. Oh, that's cool. I feel like we are not ready for this in any capacity, but I still just want to explore it. Okay, this brings us down here. Okay, yeah, this is sick. I can't wait till we can figure out what this is actually for. But man, this is cool. I have to say, I've already found more structures in this single one-day playthrough than I have on our server on Discord. Granted, I haven't really explored for structures too much, but I think a lot of this was added recently. I don't think this was in until the most recent update, which just came out the day I'm recording this. All right, so enough dilly-dallying around. Let's go find where we want to build. I cleared a lot of this map, and I don't have flying. I just ran around with my chunk loading turned on a little bit higher so I can kind of see what's around me. But I found 3 different places I think a base would look good. All of this useless. But here, here, and here. And this first area, well, it's a hole in the side of the mountain. And I figured I could go with a more industrial looking setup. Maybe a evil villain layer. Something like that in the side of the mountain here, which would give me plenty of room to build. Because I can just dig underground and dig out and hollow out this entire mountain here. It's pretty cool looking. I think with a little bit of decoration and some techie or factory looking vibes, this hill could look pretty cool. We could even put something cool up top. Or leave that structure and lava pit there as well. Base number 2 would be in this kind of middle ravine. It's fully surrounded by a mountain here. And yeah, I mean, I think that would look kind of cool with just like a cool looking structure up top. And then probably digging down below or into the mountains as tunnels through each side and making that kind of interesting looking. Very limited on space, but plenty of wood to build with. And then the last spot that I found here is right on the side of a mountain that is also right next to a ice biome that has water on both sides. One there and one over here. That would look kind of nice. It's a nice open area. We wouldn't necessarily have to go underground if we didn't want to. We could dig into the side of this mountain as well. There's already a hole there to get started. So yeah, those are my 3 options. And I'm not quite sure which one I want to go with. I think all 3 of them could potentially look good, but they're all going to kind of be shabby to begin with because, well, our building resources are limited. So as much as I like the first one, because it's kind of a pre-dug hole right in the middle of the mountain to give us that villain layer, because as soon as I saw it, that's exactly what I pictured. Is just kind of clean up that entrance so it looks good and make it so it's the tunnel into the side of the mountain as an evil villain layer. But I'm kind of already doing that vibe on our server. Our whole base on the AllTheMons server is Team Rocket themed. And the second setup, it's nice, but it's extremely limited on space. So I would absolutely have to dig into the side of the mountains, and I kind of have an idea of what that would look like, and I think it would look pretty cool if I'm being honest. But getting in and out of that ravine until we have some type of flight is gonna be really hard. So I'd have to probably start the build off on the side until I can go down below. And then it leaves this place. This place kind of gives us the best of both worlds. We have a river on our left and right. We have a mountain right here behind me that we could always dig into if we need to. And we have kind of a nice open area that gives us a small ravine here. So I think this is where we're gonna build. The plus side is we have villages everywhere around us. I think while I was exploring trying to find where I want to build, there were probably about 5 or 6 different villages, and I think 4 of them had waystones, so we can always go steal those. So with that being said, I think it is time to start farming up some resources and build ourselves a nice little starter house. Here it is. Our starter base for the series. What are you doing up there? It's nothing too crazy yet, but this is going to be the place where everything starts. From this little house, we're going to be building up our factory, automating resources, and eventually working our way to the AllTheMons Star. Today, we got our adventure started. We picked Cyndaquil as our starter, and we caught ourselves a Yamper. We explored a bunch of really cool structures around the area, and finally picked the perfect spot to call home. But next episode is where things really start moving forward. We're going to start setting up our Cobblemon with a pasture block to start working for us. So that way we can use Pokemon to generate resources. And that's going to make progressing through the pack way easier. So if you're excited to see our world grow and to watch us work our way towards the AllTheMons Star, make sure you stick around. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.